Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Like, nah, it's the empath. Man, I should have became a teacher, man. No, for real. Should have became a teacher. For a teacher to be able to come in and give the parents a good report or great news on their child, man, that probably feel good for them. That's something I be forgetting about. Or I don't think about. I can't say I forget, but I don't think about. But actually I have, but I don't think about. That's why I forget it, because I'm the empath. Like, I care about other people's stuff because I've been through so much. When you've been through a lot, you care about a lot. You want to push towards caring about more. That separates you from people who don't, corny lames who don't care about nothing and want to convince, man, corny lames that want to convince you of anything else. Stay focused. I gotta tell my boys every day, I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them at the ages they're at, to have straight S's and A's. So proud of them, hundreds. So proud of them. We're having things that few things that we're working on, and personal things that I feel like they're working on. For sure, they're never not done. Behavior, even academic wise. But according to the school system, they're doing marvelous. And it felt good to be back in the classroom. Talk about it. Felt good to be back in the classroom. These is good feelings. Not feelings to be around somebody who ain't doing nothing for you. Not feelings to be running your mouth about somebody because you can't do something. Not feelings about making excuses for everything to compensate for nothing. These are good feelings. These are feelings you should be chasing. Not petty feelings. I'm being a little petty right now too, but hey, it's the truth though. These are the feelings that keep people focused. You focus on the kids. You focus on what they doing. I mean, when I was younger and I had my first time I had to go to school, okay, PTA me, I was excited for it. But you know, I'm in West Virginia too, so it's like a little curve with that, because you know, whatever. I really try not to bring race up and stuff, but it's just that's a factor. It has a factor into it, because the way the teacher style is, the standard level. I'm not gonna say it's lower. It's just not tolerated as much. So, but anyway, I'm not gonna compare it to how I was as a parent to the teachers that I've experienced in the beginning, which were great teachers. I'm not gonna compare that to right now, currently, and where we came from that day. Because I know, like, I'm bringing that up because I made a conscious decision to make sure I pay attention to everything he's doing. So I can't come in there and say that he isn't doing this or he is doing this. He had a good feedback that day too, or that time years ago. Not as great as today, but still, I had to pay attention to that. Because I want to make sure next time I come back in there, my child is actually a lot better at whatever it is that I feel he need better at. And the teacher, that's what it's about. That's what their job is, to help us get us to the place we need them to get to. Don't forget that. That was always the job. And I mind you, I know we, for some reason, the standards just gotta change. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. We thought we would never get back in the classrooms because of COVID. We got back in and it felt good to see everything all around the classrooms. When you walk into a classroom, I'm like, dang, because I remember being in a classroom, I know everything in the wall. It feels like everything's the same, and certain things change out. The borders may change out once in a while, but the projects go up and down, the assignments go up and down. And I know how it is when you're in the classroom. You see them going up the next day. You see the teacher changing around. That's a good feeling. It's so nice to have your name up there and see your name up there working for stuff. It's so good, and it felt good to see that yesterday too in both their classes. To walk around, and I had a little surprise on me. I'm like, oh man, it just felt good. It's like when I ended, because you know nobody had to end, so I had to end it because I was just. But anyway, I don't know. I just be instead of sitting around waiting. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be in charge of the rooms. That's all. You ask if anything else that we need, and it's not in a rude way. It's just I can tell we're gonna sit here because you're gonna go. You're gonna try and find something instead of just trying to end it. Like, that's it. There's nothing wrong with ending it. If you got nothing else more to say that I don't, it's okay. There's nothing wrong. Cause I'm definitely not gonna talk about anything when it comes to behavior stuff. I'm not gonna talk bad about my kid at all, because I don't need to. I don't need to agree even further with whatever something you said around them, because if they're doing good, I don't need to show them that. I don't need to tell them that, the teachers or my child that. That's a personal thing though. It's called integrity. I'm one of the biggest people with integrity, for real, for all ages. It don't matter. It really don't matter. I know the teacher said something that I know for sure I do. I'm not going to have to double down on what she's saying and repeat it and nothing like that. I'm going to leave it at that. That's great. She's right. If the teacher says anything that could be worked on, which that's the point of the meeting. What would I going to get upset about that for? I'm going to use that and move on with that. That's great news. Thank you. I'm not going to go ahead and make them an excuse for it. I'm going to let them know. And I'm going to let them know we're going to get that done. That's what we came here for. I came here to listen. I didn't come here to talk about issues with whatever. Like, I came here about the academic side. That was what we're here for. Because we do have issues going up through the school year. We all as parents have issues going up until the PTA meeting during the school year with like stuff with instances on the bus, fights, jackets. These are things I'm naming. They are real things that happen, and these are real things that happen to all of us. But I'm not going to address none of that because they was addressed in the moment. They wasn't waited until a meeting happened. But this is the difference. It'd be hard to tell when we're going to get a meeting because, like I said, we was cut off to the classrooms for so long out here. We didn't know when you was going to be able to get back to talk to the teachers or be in the classroom. The kids can't take snacks and food to the classroom for birthday parties because of allergies, they say, which I understand that, but, you know, it's just germs and allergies, and we spend a lot of money on that stuff every year to make the kids feel good that we can do it. But that's just not us. It's an everything thing, everybody thing. But regardless, though, it felt good to be back in the classroom, like super good to see how their class was set up. The school was set up. That was a different school. I never seen that set up before. The way the classrooms are connected to each other, essentially. They had a really big, like, it was just nice. It was dope, and it felt real good. And it just helped me stay grounded on what I'm focused on, what I need to be focused on. Not nobody else my age, or not nobody else not doing this. It's just that simple. You got kids and you're not doing this. I'm not focused with you, on you, anything you're doing. It won't get no support from me. That's just how it is. It's gonna stay like that. I'm just so proud of my kids for being themselves, man. You know what I mean? Being themselves. And that goes back into kind of like the location and the area that we in. Because, yeah, I praise God for that all the time, because I would have still tried my best and would have kept my kids out of the streets for sure if I was growing up in New Jersey. I mean, raised them in New Jersey. I would, for sure, my life would be on the line for it. Undoubtedly. I don't even make promises, but you got my word on that. I would definitely make sure that they would have been out of the streets and nowhere near in them, because they would have looked at it as, to be honestly, I'm not trying to downplay nobody in the streets, but they would have looked at it as, they would have never been street smart, but they would have looked at it as something that you had to do because to get out of a circumstance. That's how I put it to them. That's why I say every day when I tell them about my beliefs and how I feel about stuff, I always teach them first. Then I tell them about how I personally feel about it. Then I tell them that's how I feel, and I don't want that for you for certain things. Certain things, I always tell them that, because it's like that's not a place that we should be to move forward. I just tell you how I feel, and I let them know that a lot of adults feel like that, and a lot of adults won't change their mind on certain things because of the things we experience. So it's like that can't be y'all. I just try to get y'all to say that it's okay to change your mind on something. It's okay to try something new at your age. Every day I do this. Every day. When you got kids, repetition, you gotta micromanage. I say this every episode. You got to. These are things that just has to happen. It makes too much sense. For real. I'm so proud of them. I'm so glad I make sure they won't be in no garbage. I told y'all this every episode too. They look at us and they look at my boys, think they supposed to know all the latest and this and that. They don't look at them, they look at them, think they supposed to be tough and ready to go. They ain't doing, the other kids don't get that pressure. They don't. So that's why I tell my kids to respond to that pressure the same way that they want, give them the energy they want. I'm gonna teach you to respond. They do great with it. And then they fall back. So that's just, life is still regular, unfortunately, on that end. Life is still regular. There's kids that go to school to be distractions instead of kids that go to school and be an addition to themselves and to everything around. But I'm about to get up out of here. I always appreciate the time on everything. I didn't go work out. I went to go lift my kid up a few times and got tired from that. Then I lifted up some mirrors and did a little house workout. Nowhere near nothing called a house workout. I just lifted up a thing in my child and got a little sore from it. So no, we didn't fully work out. I was just trying to tell them today we're gonna go today, but I gotta work today. Election day was yesterday. The Monday, what something I was gonna say. Working out, but yeah, that's why they didn't have school yesterday. So I apologize. I didn't have a video up yesterday. I think the days that they don't have school, I might not record, unless I honestly feel like it. Because like this Friday they don't have school, and I really want to record. I really want to make a video up. It depends on the topic and what I find out. But I appreciate the time. I don't want to add no more time to this. This is what this is going to be about. Let me know how y'all feel about PTA meetings. How you feel about COVID and how when COVID finally got back in the classrooms. Was you guys active there? Will you be? I know you're not going to say you won't be, but if you would, it's okay. Will you continue to be active? Because guess what? They watching us. You know they watching us. They watching us. It's grown people out here watching us. You know these little guys and little gals out here watching us. It's grown people watching us. Hear me? Grown people that should be watching their kids. Watching they self. But they watching us. Ha ha! Grown people. You hear me, y'all? Now, when I talk about grown people, I'm not talking about celebrities. We all watch a little bit. We all follow a little bit of celebrity stuff, which I'm falling back from that too. I'm talking about grown people, your peers. Peers, because I can't even say people are friends or associates to me. I don't know them. I don't know them. Never knew them. What's wrong with people? Be yourself. I'm so glad my children are being themselves and enjoying the cartoons, the life that they have right around them, and finding themselves within it. And I let them know the things I notice about them to help them figure out that that's what they like about themselves, to either expound on it or leave it alone. Stop playing me. I know how to move. I know how to be a person. I know how to be a good person. I know how to be a good human. Stop playing with me. I'm not a follower. We all have our follow moments, and I have been, but I'm not a follower. I'll hang my hat high on that. But I might get up out of here and see a little lefty. I appreciate your time as always. God bless. Hit the comment box.